Hi guys, I'm Randy with BRStv, and today we're talking about the only powerhead specifically designed and optimized for complete control and use with the Neptune Apex aquarium controller, the Neptune WAV pump. In this video, we'll show you the WAV's capabilities and features, help you choose and set one up for your tank, as well as walk you through some quick maintenance steps. As a single pump that uses less than 35 watts of power, the Neptune WAV is capable of pushing out upwards of 4,000 gallons per hour of controllable flow, as well as gives you a 40-degree range of motion, meaning you aren't tied to one fixed flow direction or to only mounting them on the sides of your tank, but rather you can point the pump downward or upwards and turn it on its side and point it to the left or to the right. This makes the WAV the perfect solution to mounting on the back of your tank, making them very easy to hide up and out of the way, even if you don't have much space behind your tank, thanks to the very slim magnet that's less than a half an inch thick. And regardless of your tank thickness, the powerful magnet has you covered from a quarter of an inch all the way up to 1 full inch. Not only that, but the WAV pumps are one of the only power heads out there that can immediately detect when it's out of water and as a protective measure shut itself off, which helps you save an extra time and hassle on having to shut them off manually when doing a water change or when conducting maintenance on the pumps themselves. Additionally, with monitoring capabilities through the Apex Fusion dashboard for metrics like power consumption, operating temperature, and RPMs, you can schedule instant text alerts or app notifications on your phone or mobile device should any of these parameters fall outside of the normal operating ranges. The Neptune WAV skips the need for bulky drivers and large cords by utilizing a single thin cable that connects directly to one of the three 24-volt DC 1-link connections on the Energy Bar 832 or powered 1-link module, meaning that you can connect up to 3 power heads in your tank without using up a single AC outlet on your Energy Bar. Finally, programming the WAV pump is very intuitive and simple using the programming wizard with smart preset modes like pulse and pipeline, which can create a standing wave in your tank, or others that mimic some natural movement found in the ocean currents, as well as a shareable and downloadable schedules from hundreds of other Neptune users using the schemes function. When sizing a pump for your tank, typically reefers shoot for flow rates inside the display that are 30 to 50 times the total tank water volume, depending on your coral's fish needs and coral placement, as well as overall aquascape and dimensions of the tank. In most cases, reefers split the flow between 2 or more pumps, which means sizing the WAV pumps isn't really an issue because they are completely adjustable. With that in mind, at a max flow rate of up to 4,000 gallons per hour, which is 8,000 between 2, a pair of WAV pumps will have you covered for tanks all the way up to a couple of 100 gallons. Since they're adjustable, they can be a solid choice for a tank all the way down to 60 gallons or potentially smaller, while those with more advanced desires could also add 1 or 2 more to the back of the tank. There are a few options to choose from when adding a Neptune WAV pump to your tank, such as a single and dual pump packages for those with the Neptune Energy Bar 832, which come with the pumps and a mounting magnet for each. For reefers with the Apex Classic or Junior, or for those who may have already used up all the 1-link ports on their Energy Bar, there is the Neptune WAV Starter Kit, which will come with the 2 WAV pumps, a 1-link module and power supply, and a 3-foot Aquabus cable. The WAV pump doesn't take up much room at all in the tank, and it measures under 4.5 inches long with the magnet attached, about 3¼ inches tall, and only 2.5 inches wide. Along with that, you get a cord that reaches to your Energy Bar 832 or 1-link that is just under 12 feet long or 140 inches. And as I mentioned earlier, the outer magnet is perfect for those tight spaces behind the tank with its very slim profile of a half an inch thick and only 3 inches tall by 3 inches wide. Because of the flexibility and adjustability of the WAV pump, you really could install one anywhere in the tank and point it to your desired area. These are some of the best options for mounting in the upper back corner of your tank where you can aim them almost anywhere and maintain a low profile. Outside of that, to properly mount the pump to the adjustable magnet for the smoothest range of motion, simply align the bottom of the pump with the 3 dots on the magnet and slide it in from top to bottom. That's all there is to it other than putting it in your tank, securing it in place with the magnet, and aiming it where you'd like the flow to go. Let's move on to setting up the WAV and getting it moving water in your tank. As with all new Neptune Apex gear, the first thing we'll want to do is check to make sure we have the latest firmware for both the Apex itself and for the WAV pump by navigating to the modules page to see the OK status next to the pump. Now we can program our pump, which is super easy, using the tasks function manually on the programming wizard page or by downloading other Apex Fusion users' daily schedules using the schemes functionality. If you're looking for a quick schedule for your WAV pump, there's a large community of fellow reefers who have done the work for you and have shared them through schemes. Either through the 5-step tasks function for setting up a wave or by going through the programming wizard page and clicking on the download schemes icon, you can browse through a wide variety of other user schedules, programs, and tank types to find the one that works for your setup. Outside of that, if you want a more customized schedule, you can use the drag and drop programming points to create your own 24-hour pump scheme. On the programming wizard page, you'll find 7 different modes or flow types, and to learn more about what each one does, you can click the help icon and select modes. For higher flow demand tanks like mixed tanks or SPS dominant tanks, I like to stick to modes such as Mavericks, Pulse or Pipeline, or something like Trestles, which has periods of slow rise and falls followed by rapid pulses. If I was using a wave pump on a primarily LPS or softy tank, I'd likely choose modes with more gradual changes that I can dial back the intensity, such as Malibu, Rincon, or a less intense pulse mode. If you have multiple wave pumps, you'll get additional modes to help make programming each of them much quicker and easier. There's functions like Mirror, which will tell your additional pump to run the exact same schedule as your reference wave, Inverse, which will have the opposite effect, and Back Mode, which is designed for pumps mounted on the back of the tank to run a variation of your reference pump, which may be mounted elsewhere. Additional pumps can be quickly programmed by clicking the copy icon in the upper right corner of the wizard page and choosing the configuration of any pump you've already created a schedule for. Finally, feed modes are very easy to add in to turn your wave pumps off during feeding, where all you have to do is enter a quick programming line in the advanced configuration icon, such as if feed A 000 then off, which will turn the pumps off for the duration of the feed cycle. Maintenance couldn't be much easier with the Neptune wave pumps, especially with their ability to identify when they're out of water and shut themselves off. With that in mind, all you have to do is pull the pump out of the water, drop it in a bucket of citric acid solution or vinegar and water solution for a few minutes, brush and rinse it off, and then drop it back in the tank, all of which without ever having to unplug or turn off the pump. If you need a more thorough cleaning, you can remove the cover and pull out the impeller as well. Other than that, there's not much else to maintain other than the occasional update to the Apex firmware or Wave firmware, and that's it. Thanks for watching, and if you have any more questions that we didn't answer here, feel free to give us a call, send us an email, or hop on a chat. See you next time on BRS TV.